It's trash to you. I understand what that album meant. I didn't say it was like a number one charting or whatever. It replaced Redman at the time. I'm just saying it was an attempt to stay relevant. I'm not gonna say that shit was whack.
But this, I'm just talking
It
about
made
that
some whack
specific
songs.
song. That song
But
is
what if it
whack.
is whack? But
Why
what if
can't
it is
y'all admit
whack?
that it's whack just because it's from y'all era?
To
Like that's
y'all,
it's whack to
it's
everybody, but it's
it's
whack
whack
to
to
me first and
y'all.
foremost. Who does
It's whack
anyone
to
else like
y'all.
that?
But
Does anyone else
is
like
it
that
great
Run
to you?
DMC
That
You
song?
think it's
Who,
that do rag is whack to me. That do rag you're wearing right now, but it serves a purpose, right?
yeah, we talking about 50 and Ti.
Lex?
Got to be dressed
Is that in the
appropriately.
It's like a Dalmatian.
Your
Is that the
mic might be
Dalmatian
quiet.
Lex?
brand?
Is that in your
Turn
20?
your
Yes,
mic
that
down
might be
just a
too.
little bit, Trill.
Is that
All
in
right,
your
cool.
20 favorite Run DMC songs?
Mic
Is that
check
in your
one,
top
check
20?
No,
one,
no,
check,
no,
check. Is
no,
my
Check,
mic
check,
right?
no.
Good
check,
check.
check, check.
I'm
G
good now.
Malone, Trill, what up, Shy? What up? What up,
What up? What up?
Lex? What up,
PG,
Shy?
PG. The answer
I
is
think
no.
this argument. I think this argument is also for that last track on Off the Wall.
What's,
What's
what
that
was the last
song?
track off the
What's
wall?
the Off
Not
the Wall?
Speed Racer. No, Speed Racer was on what's the name
No,
on
that's
Thriller, right?
bad.
Bad,
Nah,
Off the
bad.
it
wall.
was such a
He's not
Off the
talking
Wall.
about
Was
Michael
such a
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It's such a great album. Then I think was it she's
That's the second to
she's like
last. So the one with Paul
Oh, leave
McCartney,
Michael Jackson alone, man.
the
yeah
doggone girl
the
is
Michael
mine.
Jackson. Is it
Leave
that
Michael
girl's
Jackson
mom?
alone.
What
That was
is
on
it?
Thriller. Doggone Girl was
That's
Mine.
still. Oh, I'm bugging. Yeah, he said
He's
off
on
the
Thriller.
wall.
Wait, just maybe it's Thriller. Maybe
That's
it's
what I'm
yeah, it's
talking about,
Thriller.
Lex. You can't talk about nobody that you admire. You just got to not talk
Yeah,
about
you
them.
got to be
If
able
you
to talk
if
about
there's
them.
anything about them you don't like or anything they
He
made you
can
don't
only
like,
talk about the
just
people
don't
he
talk
hates.
about it.
I feel like you messed up that
Wait a
album.
minute. Wait. Listen.
I don't like that
LB,
shit. Like
LB,
other
LB.
people always on that
I
shit,
don't,
and
I
I
don't
don't
talk
like that
about.
shit. Like we
I
because
I
we're
don't
not.
talk about Tito Puentes, right? And
Who?
PG. I don't talk about Lou Rawls. They're bad songs, all right? The guys that you admire, all right?
No,
I
but
mean,
what?
Michael
You know what?
Jackson's a legend to me.
It's
He
a
might not
healthy
be a legend to y'all.
it's a healthy conversation to have
He
when
was
you
We're
say
not
okay.
saying he's not a
it's-
legend. He's no
no,
less a
He was
legend because we
decent.
don't like one of his
Decent.
songs.
no, it's a healthy conversation. The moment you say Tito Puente, I go into specific. This man made 114 albums. I'm
Damn.
sure 114 albums. I'm sure
And I ain't
one of
heard
them.
one.
I'm sure there was a couple of records that was trash, but like or not even trash or just
I don't know
that
one. I
night.
don't know one song. I know a lot of his discography. I
Well,
don't know one
he was a
song that's
drummer.
trash.
He's a drummer. He was a drummer. Tito Puentes is a drummer. But like he's a part of a band that started like the Mambo Legends. So he's a part of a Wu Tang almost. He's almost like he's almost like a RZA. So I don't know. I don't know too many people
I
that
wouldn't say that.
know.
He's more
I
like a
don't know too many
mathematics,
people. I
not a
don't know too
RZA.
many
He's
people
more.
that rose. I mean, I think
He's,
RZA's a great rapper, but not too many for the same argument as far as making dope songs by himself. He doesn't have too many, but I love RZA as a rapper. I could be able to.
Bomb.
I think Jizza was always the better Wu Tang member to me. As far
Well,
as
I
rap,
think RZA is more. RZA is probably more important to the Wu Tang Clan.
100%. No,
So
that's
I think
that's my
he
guy.
might be. I
That's
think
my
that
guy.
would make him a better member, just
No, yeah.
because.
Oh, I guess I used a bad word. I'm just saying lyrically, I'm a fan of RZA, but what we were saying was we got to be able to tell our heroes and the people that we love for other things that song might not have been it. You know what I'm
why?
saying?
Why?
Like,
But why?
and I love that RZA is such a creative that he probably could take that.
Why
Like,
do
he'd be
why
like,
do
oh,
we
word.
have to mix it to our legends? Like, because
That's what the conversation was. I
hold on,
didn't.
But this is
becoming an icon is not just one song that's successful. We're talking about
100%.
over a period of time, a whole bunch of projects.
exactly.
We're gonna focus on the one song that's trash. I don't get it.
We're
Why?
not. We're not
waste your
focusing on
time
the
on
one
that?
song.
Lex,
We're just saying that
it
one
seems
song
like
isn't good.
Lex, you're doing that. You're doing that. You're accusing us of what you're doing because you're saying that if we even bring up a song that's not good, you're saying they're not a legend. Like because for you, that's how flimsy their legacy is. We're saying they're a legend no matter what we say, even if we didn't like 100
Right.
songs they make, they still
100%.
are a legend because
They're
they are a
still a legend.
legend. They made great work, so their legacy can stand. So we can talk about this. Oh, this didn't work. It's not to say that to take anything away from them, but they are still a human being, and they are still an artist who's taking risks. Not every risk is going to work,
Is that a list? Worst song from favorite
and it's
rappers?
okay to talk about that.
That is a good list. That'll be a great list.
Worst songs from favorite rappers?
The worst song from your favorite
See that?
rappers.
The old school
I
guys
would.
won't do it though, because they can't admit that their
I
favorite
don't.
rappers made
I
bad
don't see the
songs.
benefit of it. I don't see the
I
benefit
don't
of it.
see.
I
Hey,
wouldn't do it because
what?
I don't like spending a lot of time thinking about, oh, this is where they failed, this is what was bad. I want
Right.
to think more about where they're great. But if we're having a conversation and it comes up, I'm not going to say I like something that I didn't like. But I don't do that. This is the worst movie of the year. This is the worst song from this artist. I don't personally do that. I don't do worse. I don't
Well,
spend a
I
lot of
don't.
time thinking about that.
Well,
I think about the best.
I got a worst bad movie though. I mean, my favorite bad movie. Excuse me.
I know.
I got
I
my
know. You're
favorite
right.
bad movie.
What is it? What is
What?
it?
Oh damn! Why you have to ask me that?
You ain't even got the name.
Vampires in Brooklyn.
No, I like Vampires
That's
in
a good
Brooklyn.
movie.
I like Vampires in Brooklyn.
All right.
That was a great movie.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. When it comes to
that was kind of messed up, but I like that one.
when it comes to the art though.
Trap, my
not
internet
every-
is being wild. It works better when my video's not on. I might turn my camera off. Is that okay or no?
not every. I think it's cool. Not everybody
Alright.
is not everybody is looking at the art piece the same way. Like I don't even look at, and I'm sure Lex, you can't even look at Run DMC the same way as when you first heard him because you was there type shit. And like the moment is bigger. The time, its time capsule is bigger than what they can provide today. It would be a different time capsule. It would be a different feeling. My thing is, I want to get to a place where I can learn from things. You know what I'm saying? So even in quote unquote bad songs, there might be something there that there's a lot of people that don't like the Yeezus album, and it's like there's mad stuff in there as art as a producer that you can learn. Is he's always in every record. Yeah, he will teach you how to be like better at music. You know what I'm saying? If we could just go in on it, if I could be like, yo, look at that bridge or look at what this happened. You know what I'm saying? So I think even in bad songs, or what you would think would be a bad song, you could still you learn that somebody said it was a bad song, but then now that I was able to combat the bad song and we was able to talk about it, we be able to find appreciation for it. It's just a topic that lead to a conversation.
Yo, Al B once told me that Belly is the best movie on mute. And I said, yo, damn, that shit made sense. I said,
It's a long music video.
Yo, when that joint is on mute, that joint is like in the background of the studio, Belly's fire. But then once you get to, yo, T, I'm shot. Yo, I'm shot, T. Let's go to Africa.
Let's go to Africa.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just say this, man. Let me say
That
this.
bullet melting your leg? Is it melting?
No, let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick.
The
all right?
ambulance on the way.
This is more Queens hate. That's all it is. It's Queens hate. We have the best hip hop film ever created. Fuck Wild Style. Fuck Beat Street. Fuck all that bullshit. Technically, we have the best. The best film comes out of Queens, just like everything else.
What, House Party?
I mean, that's how
you saying Belly is yo, Lex, that's so ironic for you to say because Belly doesn't have any real resolve. Like at the end, you have this long ass speech that people sometimes fall asleep through, which is bad. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the way the movie is cut. I feel like that ending wasn't.
I never fell asleep.
You holding Belly as the greatest hip hop movie ever?
Ever.
You wildin', bro. You wild.
Ever. Name one better.
I can name 5. Beat Street is one of them for sure.
Just named House Party.
8 Mile is second. 8 Mile, Beat Street. No, ATL is not a hip hop movie. Hold on, a hip hop guy in. Which House Party?
One. House Party 1 is definitely better than Belly. It's not even comparable. Like the thing about Belly, Belly has redeemable qualities because like the cinematography is so good. Shout out to Malik Saeed. But I feel like the story, and I guess you have to provide context for this, because it's bad. So we got to provide context for why it didn't turn out as good as it should have been. Mad page of the script had to be taken out because they ran out on the budget. And Hype Williams' whole thing was, if I make the best intro to the movie, people are going to continue watching it. But after they came back from the Jamaica trip, they didn't have enough money to do the rest of the stuff, so they had to just start taking parts out of the script because it was supposed to be way more layered when it came to DMX going undercover for the CIA and doing all that stuff to kill the minister. It was supposed to be way more context in there, and it was supposed to build a little bit more about Nas and Tion actually going to Africa. But it was things they had to take out of the script because they ran out of money.
I can see that.
That Jamaica trip was crazy. That Jamaica trip was crazy.
That movie
was like Rockwaller.
Yeah, nah. You got. I think Hustle and Flow. I think Hustle and Flow was better than Belly.
That movie was written bad. It just was shot well.
Shot very well.
Hustle and Flow is way better than Belly.
Well, the thing with Belly as well is Belly's based on true events. It really happened in Ohio. It was some Queens niggas came to Ohio.
Right now?
Y'all can hear me?
I can hear him.
Yeah, hold on, man.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Bad movies.
Paid in full. Paid in
Two
full.
bad movies of incomplete New York stories.
Paid in full?
Paid in Full is the incomplete story. Like if they would have told the real story about Rich, A, and Poe, it would have been an amazing film. Like even with that, like they had Donnell getting killed.
If you didn't know anything about the stories,
But I think anyone that's interested in that is going to do some type of research because this stuff came out in the information age. This isn't stuff that came out. If it came out in the 80s before people could just readily go up and look up that stuff. And, you know, with me, I just hate when they crunch all the time and where it's like Donnell gets killed while A is still recovering from being shot. But in real life, those events are like 3 or 4 years apart. And I think all the things that went on those 3 or 4 years, because after A got shot, A really left the game. A wasn't hustling like that. And then he gave his connect to Rich and Alpo. And that's what led to Alpo killing Rich. So like, had they told the true story, it would have been an amazing film. I think it shot well. I think the actors did a good job. There's nothing necessarily bad about the film. It's just the fact that it
wrong story.
Say it again.
Lie.
It's an amazing film.
They told lies. Yeah,
that's why Harvey Weinstein got slapped.
How much do you think
they cut up the script?
Everything was factual.
How much?
It was supposed to be a 3-hour film, and they cut the screenplay that A wrote in half.
So Harvey Weinstein got
because it was probably too long. The audience, you can't just. It's not a class. It's not a class. It's a movie. You have to make what's going to be entertaining for the audience. It's not a textbook. Their job.
But when you make something on true events, you want
extra.
Yeah, you know, I really hold on. I don't want.
It's based on.
I don't want to dominate any conversation because you guys are all geniuses. I love, and I want to hear from Shad as well, and of course G Malone. But as a current actor, G Malone, as a person holding my side card as well, I will say that the movie ATL that wasn't supposed to be the ending, right? And I watched that director like pull that together, like he shot another. You know, scenes that wasn't supposed to be shot, and the whole studio was like, you bugging, you never do that. That's like unheard of for a rookie director to be like, nah, it's not done. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back to ATL and you see Ant when he does the milk, right? And he does the milk and he's standing there and Son's like, boom, I got you. If you look at the milk when he runs, the milk is different. Because that scene when he got shot, when T.I. is fighting Big Boy in the that wasn't in the script. And it cost so much money to reshoot and all that. So when people fight for their films like that, it can go into a classic place. Because that would have been real corny if we won Skate Wars. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I've never watched ATL.
Oh man, that's why you my friend regardless. You my friend regardless. That's why I fuck with you. What happened? Yeah. It's a great film.
I've seen parts of it, like little clips.
How do you not watch ATL and you supposed to be hip hop? How?
That's not a hip hop film.
It is a hip hop film.
It's black people.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you gonna call Tyler Perry stuff hip hop, and I can't do it. Listen, what I'm, but just back to that.
Go on, say
that. Back to that fighting.
Tyler Perry's hip hop.
Tyler Perry's hip hop.
Tyler Perry hip hop.
That's fine. If he's
yeah. We ain't gonna let Lex say that. We ain't about to let Lex say that.
Tyler Perry a real nigga though.
Chill.
I want to tell that shit in his face.
Yeah. We back.
Tyler Perry. I'm just saying it's not hip hop.
Gatekeepers back. Episode 14. You know, we getting there right now. We got a special. We got something special we're gonna do on episode 20. You know what I'm saying? We already set it out right there. I'm just gonna prepare y'all right now. Know what I mean? So we gonna get there. Make sure y'all stay attached and stay in tune. Because episode 20, we got we got something special for y'all. Know what I mean? We gonna get there though. But we're reporting live right now from QUWNZ, you know what I'm saying? This is Trap Bradshaw. Little man just popped in the screen right. That was the wife of the little man. Just popped in the screen right there, and yeah, that's my man Lex Diamond right there. You know, we're pouring out a QUWENZ also. You know, you heard. I got the guard in here, Shatif. You know,
peace.
You know what I'm saying? Uncle Trill. You know what I'm saying? Providing the wave right now. You already know what it is. We got recently issued SAG car member. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Glasses, Malone. You know? Yeah, he is the big loke. You know what I mean? Here we go right there. I got my man Al B back. You know what I'm saying? Veteran of the SAG car member right there.
Yo, that group chat is on fire, bro.
Yeah.
Enjoy some behind the scenes. I'm like,
yeah. And we got my man PG not on the camera because he ugly as fuck, though.
No face killer.
No face killer.
No face killer's wild.
No face killer.
Don't stand for that shit, PG.
He might be a SAG car member too. Yeah, I know PG is a
he's a thespian.
He's a thespian. PG, you got a SAG card? PG, you got a SAG card? All right, PG not there.
Yeah, I got a SAG card.
I'm not in any of the acting unions.
All right, well, you crazy, Chill. Well, yo, listen, man, we here. The Gatekeepers is here now. I mean, hope you enjoyed the intro
What up,
right
Steve?
there.
Yo, say what up to Steve.
Yo, shout out Steve. He on the road trip with the fan right now.
My nigga Steve doing time in the Bing.
Ducking ice. You know, he on the run, y'all.
He's shaking that ice.
Steve, give him a honey bun. Give him a place to sleep tonight. He's sliding off on ice. They did a sweep.
Trill, I see you came with your G-Unit costume on.
Oh, yeah, you got the two-tone do-rag on to fit it on top. You know, I had to go back to 03 with it. Senior year, yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Was that a Mets hat?
Yo.
That a Mets hat?
You do that with a Mets hat on?
Why you wearing a Mets hat?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah,
You from the Bronx, man.
You're from the Bronx.
What's wrong with that?
Really from Ohio. But
what's wrong with that?
Let's get to it though. So we might as well jump right into it right there.
Wait a minute. Lex just said I got a Mets hat. What's on your shirt?
wow.
What's on your shirt, Lex?
For the Bronx, this rap shit probably never would be going on. Lex, tell me where you from.
Uptown. You hate the Bronx, but you wearing Bronx paraphernalia.
Yeah, 27 chips, bro.
From Cali.
27 chips.
Jackson's from Cali. Okay. All right, whatever, yo.
Yeah, Jeter.
Yeah, so if y'all been paying attention right now, you know what I'm saying? We got the Harris family jumping my man from Queens. You know what I mean? Finally got a fire back. I'm messing with it. I think he did his thing. I think he did his thing. You know what I mean? Lex, I don't know how Lex feel about it. Trill think it's trash. Well, man, I'm gonna try.
It's not enough. It's not enough.
How y'all feel about it, man?
Actually, that record was cool. You know, like 50 do show tunes now. You know what I mean? Like there was a time when 50 used to be a real rapper. We would go like to the street and buy like his mixtapes and shit like that. And he made like hard records that they played in the streets. Now he makes show tunes. So like when you tune into one of his shows on Stars, you get to hear like the new 50 jingle. And he has this new jingle now. He's going at T.I. and he's talking about the activities that go on in the bedroom with his wife. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's one thing that 50 and Drake have in common. These are lonely men without wives, and they love to take a shot at someone else's wife because they hate to see other people be happy in areas where they're actually miserable. So, you know, 50's insecurity is on full display. He's no longer able to rap. He's spitting the same verse he spit for the last 20 years. You hear 150 verse, you heard them all. I mean, it's not really much to say about the thing. Like T.I. and 50, it's not entertaining. Like T.I. is like fake doing his thing, but it really doesn't matter. If 50's firing back, but it really don't matter. I think it's just a spectacle right now. No. Like I think it's more of a social media spectacle than a rap battle. Like we've never approached a rap battle the way that we're approaching this one because we not even really we try to see what 50's posting and then seeing which member of T.I.'s family is going to respond. Is it going to be the grandmother this time? Is it going to be the next door neighbor? Is it going to be his nephew? It's just they just got to pack it up, man. Like there's so much more in store for hip hop for 2026. We don't need two old guys who are incapable of making music that we care about dissing each other.
I really think you got a problem with older rappers. I'm convinced. I'm
It's a
convinced
serious
that
problem.
you do not like older rappers. You started
My
this
favorite
whole
rapper's an
product-
old guy.
Yeah, okay. That's how it always goes. Listen, I'm not
Listen,
racist.
yo, stop calling me.
I'm next
Stop
door
calling me
neighbor's
old.
I got a black
What are you
friend.
talking about? I got a
Best
black
friend's
friend.
black.
What are you
Trill,
talking about, huh? How
Stop
can I
calling me.
be?
Stop calling me
Yo,
old, Trill. Stop calling me old.
He goes on this whole thing about 50 Cent, talking about he's a lonely dude, because he's not like T.I. and his wife drugging women and doing whatever to him in the privacy of their home. Yo, why don't you talk about that? All right?
Accusations. False
Allegedly.
accusations.
For the pod.
Yo, he has a lot of
Allegedly for the
kids,
pod.
bro. He has a lot of kids. He doesn't. How do you know he's lonely? That's an accusation.
50 got 2 kids. And he's estranged from one of them.
Nah, chill. 2 kids is a lot of kids, bro. That's just a lot. Just
Well, he
even
really
saying-
got one. He's been estranged from his son for like 15 years.
Hey, man. Hey, listen.
Leave Queens alone, bro.
I didn't even know his son's favorite color.
I mean, I see the correlation that you try to do with Drake. I think a lot of people. I saw that correlation. That was kind of crazy. You know, I wasn't even going to speak on this topic because it's like I think you touched on a lot of things at Trill where it's like we don't go to them for that, but then again, 50 has done that. We don't know what 50 is going to do. If he put it in an intro, maybe he'll put songs. He also released the Max B joint. I don't know how's that sounding in the streets, but he and the group chat said they didn't like it. I'm snitching on all y'all. And then he said he don't want to rap. He showcased that he didn't want to rap. So it's not like I don't know. It's not something that I don't want. I'm open to hearing because I love what they do. And I love masters at work. So if we can get a masterfulness of something, maybe that'd be dope. But for the most part, I thought it was just a lot of noise, and it's something that is a conversation gone awry. I think T.I. was just popping his shit just like a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, meet me in the square. Let's go do verses. Then again, I feel like 50 doesn't owe him anything to be able to do a verses. Like, I'm gonna be getting your streams higher and all that, and I don't have to do that for you. So,
but do you think 2026 Curtis Jackson and Clifford Harris are massive?
Yeah, I do think 50 can.
This shit is all promo, B. This
Yeah,
shit is all. This is the Harris family rollout right here, B. Get the hell out of here, man. That's all this shit was, B. T.I. got an album coming out. He got an album coming out right now, so he just did that shit right there. Now you know Damani can rap now. Little King is a YN rapper now. His daughter's singing and rapping now. Like, this shit was a rollout, B. This ain't no battle, son. So
when 50's kids go respond.
I said Banks need to come jump up. Marquise need to come jump up. Somebody got to come jump out, B. Because the Harris family doing a whole rollout on them right now.
They
B.
gonna help T.I. If Banks and Marquise jump in, they gonna help T.I.
Yayo got to get in the booth. Uncle Murder.
I will say it's it's the 20th anniversary of ATL, March 31st. So there's gonna be something special going on during that time. And
my brother's birthday. That's crazy.
Oh, word. That's the day Nip died too.
Yeah.
March 31st?
March 31st. March 31st.
Yeah, 31st. No, my brother's birthday 21st.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's in
I was
Matrix.
in Jamaica when this passed, man.
But yeah, man, I just feel like sonically I loved hearing it though. I love hearing 50. I love hearing 50 try whatever he's doing. I love when 50 raps. When T.I. is doing this new like just bombing. I think he got some more songs with Pharrell for this album. I'm excited about hearing this album. So who knows? But yeah, you're right. Battling. Who wants to talk about like what y'all could do to each other or whatever? I think battle rappers just haven't been the same since the apology. It just doesn't. It's like, what is blood? Like he goes, y'all want to see blood, and it's like you validated the audience.
PG been saying that. You know what's crazy though? PG been saying that since the beginning of the battle. PG ain't watched none of the battle at all. He hated that it was going on. Tell him, PG.
Man, I'm trying to chime in, but my internet is fucked up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how people. The thing is, I'm actually into the 50 and Ti battle. That's the first battle I've been into. I like it. I
you like this
because I
battle, but
don't
you ain't like
think
the Drake and Kendrick battle.
they're gonna take it anywhere dumb. They
Mm.
might
The
take it
man
someplace
said that
personal,
the
but I don't think
man
anybody's
just
gonna die
said
because both those guys have
that
too much
his
to lose.
the man said that your daddy had your mama in every box in Atlanta.
Did he
What?
lie?
I'm just saying though.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is
Like
just
that's
People know about
that
this.
part. That's like I
That's
just
the
feel like
that's
they
the
have.
best
I
line in
believe,
all this shit.
regardless of the ignorant shit they're doing, I believe that Ti and 50 are both wise dudes. I don't think they're gonna take it to an extent where they're gonna ruin either of their lives. And I think it's more about the records than about the antics. I think it just came to such a dark place when it was Drake and Kendrick, and people, and not just with them, but with the whole audience. That I think is not gonna be the same kind of thing with 50 and Ti. Either way, it's not my favorite thing, but it is interesting. I could live without it, and I feel the same way. I think to me, J. Cole is not only still in the big three, but he's number one in the big three to me right now.
What the
Oh
hell?
my gosh!
I
Why
just think
did
that whole
you
shit.
do that?
What the hell?
Yeah,
What?
he's number one to me.
The hell is this
I
guy
think that
talking
whole
about?
shit was embarrassing for Kendrick and Drake.
What the hell? He's trolling.
That's how.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
you said
trolling.
it, Trap. That's what. You know, I've
I
been.
know. I know
I'm
how you
not
felt. I know
trolling,
how you
Trap. I've been
felt.
saying
I
that
know
for
how
2
you
years.
felt. I know how you felt. I know how you felt. I know how you felt.
I don't think it really was dark at all.
Like niggas is saying it now. Niggas is all saying, "Oh, I'm tired. Okay, I kind of want this battle shit to be over. Like at least between Drake and Kendrick." And it's like, yeah, of course. Like we talked about it, like it was like this is what hip hop needs. But I knew niggas was gonna be tired of it soon. I knew it because you can't. Nobody
Only
could
one
stomach
side is
that
getting
much
tired of it.
just vitriol.
Only
You
one
said
side is getting
happened?
tired of it.
you've never been in.
You say glasses?
Only one side is getting
Yeah,
tired. People
I
who feel
don't
like
buy
they
that.
under
Right.
assault.
I don't
tired
buy
of it.
that at all. That's pure
Man,
cap.
I totally enjoy it. I
That's
am in the moment.
caparoni. That's pure cap.
Why would I be getting tired of it?
It's the lunchroom.
I didn't say you.
It's the
I
lunchroom.
didn't say
you
you.
would be getting tired of it. Like, why would
I
you
said
be
niggas is
tired
getting
of
tired
it?
of it. It may not be you, but I've definitely heard and niggas have said it in your ADHD rooms, Trap. Like, okay, it's getting too much now. Let's move on.
What side were they on? The people that said it, because guys said only one side is getting tired of it. So the guys that are tired of it, what side are they from?
I'm on neither side. I think both of them are idiots.
Who?
So I don't know.
Who?
I mean, one guy's getting stomped out. So obviously, if you're a fan of the guy getting stomped out, you're gonna be tired of him getting stomped out.
Leave him alone.
What did I miss?
If you relate to Drake at all, this is a hard time for you. Like if people feel like Drake was their entry to hip hop or anything about his
it becomes
experience in rap music.
Even right now, niggas is trying to push. Well, you must be a Drake fan then. It's like, oh my god.
I want to hear.
I
want to hear what Drake has to say about Gaza.
What's funny is I just feel like that's the only person complaining. Not saying I don't know if you're a Drake fan. I'm just saying if any correlations to it, anybody who feels like he represents their interest in rap music, they're having a really hard time because a lot of things is being questioned. I mean, even somebody like Professor Michael Eric Dyson, like you could tell like they're under assault and they feel it. They like, what the fuck is going on? But it's like, bro, y'all know we always felt this way.
Is
now
Michael
y'all
Eric Dyson culture?
You said who?
Is he culture? Michael Eric
Dyson. I think he is.
Like hip hop?
No, he's a scholar. He's a person that studied culture.
Yeah, I mean, a little older than him.
He's actually culture.
He's not an active member of like the hip hop community, but I do think he is culture though. He's definitely culture.
Because you study a culture to make you that culture.
I think he's black.
I mean, from his perspective, yeah, like it's not like he's some dude that just rolled up out of. He's a Detroit nigga. He not some guy just rolled up out of bed and loved hip hop.
That doesn't mean he's hip hop though.
No, he's not hip hop because he's too old to have been hip hop. I don't think he was an active member of. But he's culture. He's absolutely cool. I got one of his books right here.
Black culture. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of his books right here, right next to me.
By all means,
I think we're having two kind of conversations.
This is a snake that's eating its tail.
Hold on, PG.
Eventually,
Hold on, PG.
nothing is going to
PG, hold on, PG. PG, hold on, bro. PG, hold on.
My bad.
No, it's all good. What I was saying is,
Yeah.
it's not. It's okay to separate these things and understand hip hop is a little deeper in the in that black world. It's a little deeper, and it's somebody like that that's just not getting it. He's struggling. He's somebody as brilliant as Michael Eric Dyson is like he can't understand it. It's like what's going on, but it's also a level of people fighting their own insecurities through Drake and cheering that on. It's like they're fighting their own insecurities. Like you can't help but listen to Michael Eric Dyson and think to yourself how disingenuous he sounds. Like when he's conflating the concept of race when this is not anything about race at all. And I get it because Gen Pop tends to misunderstand the plot and then they attack with that. But that don't change the fact that this was one of the most important things to ever happen in hip hop. And rap music needed it at the forefront. I think it was brilliant. I think it was, great execution. And it's really, really important. It's like really, really important. There's a lot of people that feel like because they are rapping that they should be talking about shit that they have no idea about. And we really got to start separating a lot of these people that's talking about shit they don't know about, and their access comes because they rap.
I agree with most of what Glasses said. There's one part that I disagree with. I think Michael Eric Dyson understands what's going on. I just think he's too emotionally attached to the way that he feels like Kendrick attacked Drake, that he can't see through his emotions to actually see what's going on. Because the way how he made it seem like they were trying to de-black Drake, quote unquote, he never addressed any of the stuff that Drake said in his disses. Because I think a lot of his disses, like he talked about the children not being Kendrick's, basically alluding to Whitney being, a hoe, or being a woman that is giving herself up to multiple men and doesn't know the father of her child. And I think that's a stereotype that a lot of black women face. Little black girls are adultified at a lot younger of an age because they develop and they're looked at as being sluts, whereas girls from other cultures aren't looked at that same way. And I think someone that, but the way that,
hold on, let me have you speak on to a certain point.
All right, cool.
Just forgive me, I don't want to cut you. I just want you to speak to a certain point. Before we even talk about the dynamics, I don't get where, and I can see you more of a supporter and a fan of his. Where is the race part? Where is the race conversation in what Dot is saying in the back? I don't hear the race part. Like I hear him mention race as if saying you're not secure enough in your own blackness, but I don't ever hear in any of them records that you're not black.
I do think it sounds like egg on your face. Like it's almost like Kendrick revealed to you what you didn't know about him. Like when he was talking about Atlanta and all the culture voting parts of it, he did that so well that I feel when I'm listening to when I'm listening to Dyson, I'm listening to somebody that goes, I've been duped this whole time. It sounds like he's frustrated, like you've been duped, like you thought he was a real one. And then you're like, oh, that's how it was marketing.
Got me.
It was marketing.
I don't think he was duped though, because even like with him trying to claim, prove Drake's blackness, Kendrick never took away from his blackness as far as race goes. He talked about his blackness as far as culture goes. He talks about Fubu was never in your collection. He talks about all those things, run to America to imitate heritage. They can't imitate this violence. 100%. He's talking about cultural things. He's not talking about just something on the face of like a physical brand of race. And I think Michael Eric Dyson is someone that understands the complexities of race. And he's shown it in many different instances.
Hold on, Trill. I'm gonna fight back with you. You only tell one kind of person we don't want to hear you say nigga no more. You only tell one person.
No.
What kind of person
you tell that? The kind of person that shouldn't. The kind of person that's not in the code.
Yeah, but at that point right there though, you never. I think Glass asked this question one time. He was asking on the last episode, was saying, you ever seen a black person say nigga that you just feel like shouldn't be saying it though?
Absolutely.
You could tell that they're trying to like. And this is a fucked up word to use, assimilate to you. And they're talking to you. You ever had that happen, Lex Diamond, where somebody you could tell this is not in their normal dialect and they're talking to you, but
they don't say my nigga the right way. It just sounds cringy.
What up, my nigga?
They thinking too much,
right? And I think a lot of people equate culture to race or ethnic stuff. A lot of times when they say you're uncultured or not being cultured, I think that's where Michael Eric Dyson took that kind of comment. That's the feeling that it gave him. Maybe because he's a yellow brother, but I don't know. I'm just saying. I think that might be how he took it. I think that's what occurred. Versus,
that was the only race part. Then he had his mom. Say whatever you want, and he goes, "Nigga, no."
And why Michael Eric Dyson ain't addressed that?
See,
he ain't addressed the harm in that.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why it feels like personal. And to T's point, it's like, bro, it's like we don't want to hear you say nigga. It's like it's even weird when you say the word nigga, but that's just me, I guess. Some shit just cringeworthy. It ain't even got to be deep, I guess. It's like I know we all hear it. Like they're saying, like all he did in that battle was double down on everything we're saying to each other. We've always heard that with Drake, where he's like, huh. And then just after a while, you're like, whatever. You know what I mean? And then somebody reminded you, he was like, yeah. You know, and to me, that's the whole rhetoric of the battle. That's what I was saying to PG, why I don't feel like this was nothing special. Don't get me wrong, the moment and the packaging of it was great, but every angle about Drake like has already been covered, and it was the same things from inception. It was just reminded. We were reminded exactly every fucking person that's in all of these squares. Remember that version of Drake where he was like, you thought he was dope, but you was like, You know what I mean? You could tell there was something that was just completely different. And to Trill's point, like I think I've heard Michael Eric Dyson talk a lot. So I know he's an intelligent dude, and I definitely ain't gonna put a lot of respect on his name when I'm speaking about him. But that's what I'm saying, either to Teef or Albie's point, somewhere along the line, it has to be disingenuous. Like it had to
that's
be.
That's the exact word that's lingering in my mind right now. Disingenuous. The disingenuous moment for me, I think, is when I saw him do that record with Trouble. That's when I kind of fully opened my eyes to you are latching on to the Atlanta energy.
What joint is that?
Right. You don't even know about it.
Yeah.
It's where he makes everybody hot.
That was off one of Trouble's last joints that he dropped.
Yeah, him and Mike Will. That's like that was the moment when I saw that video and saw how forced it felt to me watching it to be down. Like,
what the fuck? What the fuck? It's like and again, I can culturally appropriate New York culture. I'm black as the night. I can show you how to be a culture vulture of New York's street urban culture. You know what I mean? Like it's not difficult. I can go there and get me some Timbs and MPV and do-rag under the hat and the North Face and and be out there and talking like that. Y'all would all say, what the fuck is wrong with glasses? Every last
come out here and be straight Cali'd out.
All of these squares. If I went out there and I did that for an album and I was trying to pass it off, y'all could kiss my ass. Y'all be like, what the fuck is up with G? Because at that point, I'm appropriating. And then him like backing up the claim by saying something. We went to Memphis every summer. He has the Memphis horns in his first album. You hear all the Memphis, boy, what are you talking about?
But I think that's like what you're saying is the beauty of being in love with the culture that you're from. Like you could come to East 21st and Church Avenue. You don't got to put on Timbs. You could wear your Chucks because you love your own culture. Drake never had no culture to fall in love with and attach yourself to. Them boys down south got they solid golds. They don't go get veneers because they go into Detroit or put on some motherfucking Cardis because they go into Detroit. And part of that is Drake never fell in love with Toronto culture.
Yeah,
he fell in love with what he saw on TV, what he heard on the radio.
Yeah, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Yeah, he fell in love with all that. And to Glass's point about Michael Eric Dyson pointing out, he went to Memphis for the summer. It's like, Kendrick is trying to reduce blackness to being from Compton, and you trying to reduce blackness to playing with Sly and the Family Stone or your grandmother babysitting Aretha Franklin. Like, there's more to blackness than those things as well.
Know these people. He don't know You don't know. You don't know. Like you don't know that. Like we're not debating his access to black music. None of us would dare, and we all appreciate him in black music. Like I think it's fair to say all of us appreciate him in black
music. He's an author.
Right?
Yeah.
Be like, man, you know, he's an appropriate and an important piece for us in black music. But dog, that don't mean you gotta
in journalism.
This that ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to make a Bay Area song, a LA song, a New York song. And shout out to Jay because like I remember when Jay, you know, Jay would give you a song. You know, here's the Snoopy track, or here's, the song with UGK, right? Or, I'll have Rick Rock do, Rock La Familia. You know, here's a little bit. But like you can just tell he's still a New York nigga doing it with his flair. And I think Drake goes into like a method actor type of thing where he just gotta go over the top. I need to pronounce it the way they pronounce. Like no need to do all that. Just you could pay homage being a Toronto street urban dude, but his main problem, and which is why I keep telling Trap, is if we make it hip hop culture, that's somebody that can say they grew up listening to hip hop sometimes. They've had the posters, they wore out the outfits, they bought the microphone that Joe Budden rapped over. If we make it that simple, then here we are now in this place, right, where we're looking at somebody that we all see as wrong as two left shoes, which is why I'm forcing hip hop to be related to street urban culture pure, because it can't just be you're sitting on the couch digesting New York City and then you like, I'm going to be a DC nigga. So, you know what I mean? I'm got the New Balance on. I'm gonna start using the slang. You gotta go socialize with the coat, bro. You gotta go socialize with the coat to have something pure and real. I would like to believe.
This is ridiculous.
I mean, my company is called Just Be. Because we're not humans we're human beings. And if you are it, you can't fail at that shit. Because that's you. I can't fail at being Puerto Rican. I think the chess move of Not Like Us, though, sonically, coming later in the battle, like what's this, the fifth song, right? It was such a chess move because the only thing you could have done was have an anthem from where you from. Like if you spent your time cultivating Toronto, that was the time to like push that so that you had somebody saying that you know what I'm saying, and you show
about it. Yeah, I talked about it out in ADHD when that was happening after the battle was over, and all the lawsuit was over. We was talking about J. Cole, we was talking about Drake. They said, what should everybody do? I said, after this battle, everybody should really root themselves back.
Go home.
Some level of street urban culture. Yeah. Like you should. I remember telling Trap and Lex and Teef this. You should root yourself. And it's ironically, J. Cole took the advice, and obviously Kendrick is personal. So I'm.
But Drake is driving an ice cream truck through Toronto, like
But it's not there. Like the thing that makes J. Cole. So like it's like J. Cole listened to the room. He was like, oh, you know what? Fuck all this shit. I'm finna go I'm finna take this shit right back down to the 2 I'm finna root in. I'm finna skin in. I'm finna be a North Carolina nigga. Fuck all this other shit. Fuck your singles. Fuck all this shit. This is what it is. And you watch Kendrick do it with GNX, right? He was just he rooted himself into it. And Drake is like come right back with pop songs, and it's like, bro, here's the moment now where you should.
What did I miss?
Here's the moment. Here's the moment. Here's the moment, because this is about to be good. What's the moment? What was the?
Oh shit!
You're not gonna explain the moment?
I thought you was gonna say the moment.
Okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Finish, glasses.
Kendrick made
no, go ahead.
I want all this nonsense to get out before I say what I need to say.
All right, well, let me say something about the glasses then.
The headphones is made by Cali nigga.
But what he's saying is true though. Like in those times, when you in a war or whatever in a battle,
which ones?
You gotta go back home.
All over $400. Which ones?
Yeah, I got angry, Lex. But
I got more. Which ones?
I think
Apple's in Cupertino.
Kendrick leaned into the culture of where he was from, and J. Cole kind of mirrored that with the Fall Off. Because that album is completely about him being back in Fayetteville.
Right. Hold up, Trill. I'm sorry, Trill. Let's not go to J. Cole. No, we're not going to do that.
I'm not gonna stay too far on it. I just wanted to speak about the fact that Kendrick Kendrick anchored GNX in the culture that he is from.
Right.
He got with West Coast niggas that was on the come up that had buzzes, and he opened them up to the world. Pause. And he gave the world the opportunity to see this is what LA sounds like right at this moment, and I know that because I am LA. And the same thing that J. Cole did with his album. You got P.D. Pablo on the album. That nigga had 15, 20 years to work with P.D. Pablo. Now he's working with P.D. Pablo after seeing the example that, that Kendrick did with GNX. And Drake took a little piece of that because when you look at the video for Nokia, he finally shows Caravana in a video now. You know what I mean? Now you get to, but the bad thing about it was he showed it in black and white, and it's such a colorful culture. How can you got all these beautiful black women of all these different skin tones dancing, all these feathers and all this wild shit, and you show it in black and white? And I think part of that is because he ain't truly cultured. He not cultured like that. And if you look at damn near any battle we've seen in hip hop with people from different places, you see people lean into the culture of where they're from. When you see T.I. and Lil Flip, T.I. leaned into the Atlanta shit extra heavy, you know what I mean? But he also went to Cloverland to go cause trouble and kick up dust.
I got a question for you, Trap, and to G Malone too. Like, I really appreciate, and when I was working on Dramatic, I was telling Game, I was like, man, like, I want to hear some Mexican rappers on this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Puerto Rican, so I always want to hear some Latin shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then GNX comes out. And he does that. Like, he does that. Do you feel since it came out that the sound capitalized on the moment after? Do you feel
hold on. Let Lex talk, please.
Lex took a walk.
Lex,
Did you hear that shit?
Took a Hennessy walk.
Did you hear that? Let me just say this.
That Latin shit?
I have no problem with Latin shit, but let me say this real quick.
You on battle?
Right? Y'all know how old. We know how old. Y'all know how old I am, man.
We see the grays.
Yeah, you see the grays, man. I don't try to hide them. I tried like a month ago. That shit didn't look good. But anyway, in 1976, right, when the Jackson 5 left Motown Records and went to Epic, I didn't see one person. Not one. I never heard one person. And I'm around people, parents around people within the music industry, not the artist side, but the exec side.
You were 20 at the time.
I never heard, no matter what age you put on it. The Jackson 5 are going, trying to chase the sound because they don't have the culture at Motown. Or because, no one ever talked about shit like this.
Hip hop is different.
Right. How dare you?
Let him finish.
Wait, how dare you cats? And the cats I'm talking to know who I'm talking to. All right? I'm not going to explain who I'm talking to, who I'm not talking. How fucking dare y'all talk about shit y'all don't have a fucking clue about? Y'all have no clue.
I'm glad
you have no clue.
Let him finish. No,
I'm going to sit here and let my ears dissolve into my throat. About some shit y'all speculate about. This must be the reason. This must be the reason why fucking Drake does this because the Drake did that. It goes on and on and on. This shit's over with.
The group you talking about dropped a bunch of pop shit and then dropped the song called. The song called "I'm Going Back to Indiana." Gary, Indiana is where I'm from. They literally had to let you know that they was from the hood because they was dropping pop shit and people didn't know. And that record also was number one.
The people didn't give a fuck.
No, people cared about how black the Jacksons were.
No.
People cared about how black the Jacksons were.
Wait, hold on. So the people cared about how black the Jacksons were?
Where they from? Yeah, for them to have a song called "I'm Going Back to Indiana,"
they made that song in response to black people wanting to know where the Jacksons.
No, I didn't say that. You said that. I said that they would. That's a layer. No. I don't speak.
You said that people wanted to know where they were from. You didn't say that.
For sure.
All right, forget it. I don't know.
Why would you do a song say "I'm going back there"?
Because they wanted to make a fucking song saying it.
Man, you ain't a writer. You ain't never been one. You ain't never been a writer to tell me that you did three verses in a bridge talking about just because I wanted to. No, you can't go up to Barry Gordy saying, yeah, we just want to make a song about a place nobody's from. Get out of here, bro. Like, no, they said that, Gary, Indiana, because they wanted you to know of their culture.
You're saying your work today, you're so brilliant, you could speak for the Jackson 5 and their mindset and the direction of their records. You think you can do that?
Only one person here met Joe Jackson.
Because you met him. Hold on.
Yeah.
So it's not hold on, because you met him.
I felt his vibe. I felt his vibe.
Energy.
I met Jim Brown. I met Michael Jordan. I couldn't shoot a shot like him. I couldn't give you the insight of how fucking Jim Brown hurdle players. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sure you and Michael Jordan wear the same jeans.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sure y'all got the same.
You know what? I could tell you the direction of Jackson 5 because you know what? Oh, why, Albie? I really want to know because I met Joe Jackson once.
That's right. That's right, Mr. Papa Joe.
It's okay.
And he gonna see you at night tonight. You gonna sleep, and Papa Joe gonna be there with a switch talking about him like that. Gary, Indiana is what they wanted you to know. That it wasn't about that Beverly Hills shit. It wasn't about that shit. They wanted you to know. And what Not Like Us did was Not Like Us was able to go at any given time, bro. I'm gonna go back here, and you can't. And then when he did the Hard Part 6, he showcased that he did, and that was a big chunk in the armor. That was a huge chunk where he goes, I don't even want. He even says in Hard Part 6, I would have been bopping to it if it didn't have the pedophile stuff. So you would have liked it if it didn't happen. He was out of control.
Really good.
It was a big chess move.
He culturally deaf, Lex. I get it, and it doesn't help that you just compared it to like pop artists that's making pop songs.
Right.
I just think you just did yourself a disservice. And again, it don't take Drake away from black music. It's just like, again, that's J. Cole was able to go back and just be a Fayetteville nigga. He was able to do it. And here we are talking about him. His project resonated because he can get to the core source of where hip hop's power is. This is what makes hip hop unique, Lex. Is we was always talking about where somebody was from.
Your glasses. Was Bob Marley a pop artist or a reggae artist?
He's not hip hop. Focus.
I just want to ask you that question.
Tell me a hip hop artist.
Because we need to compare it to history.
No.
You can't do it?
No.
You're only limited to hip hop?
This is what makes hip hop special.
What?
Tell me somebody in hip hop you never care where they was from.
No, you just can't answer my question?
No, because we're going to stay on hip hop.
Right,
he's reggae. He's
reggae. Bob Marley is so
reggae.
Yeah. Bob Marley is so Hope Road. So he was waving flags where he was from. There was flags on. There's a guy on the stage that doesn't stop waving the flag till the song is over.
But before we even go to that, I'm saying
is he pop?
This is what separates hip hop from everything else. Anyway, that's not to say some people didn't represent hip hop. You had to represent. There's never been an artist that we don't care where they from. There's never been. There's never been an artist in history of hip hop that we was like, well, it don't matter where he's from. He had this great career and didn't nobody know where he's from. I don't know where Britney Spears is from. I don't know where Britney Spears is from. I don't know where NSYNC is from. I don't know where Backstreet Boys is from. You know how many pop artists?
Florida.
I have no idea where they are from.
We all knew that Drake was from Canada. You know what I'm saying? We knew that.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a cultural thing that you carry with it. Like we know it because he's a rapper and he was in a TV show, but it wasn't like, again, I can give y'all the same cultural test. I can give him the Lex.
But all did he
40
give us
albums, all 40 albums, all 970 videos, all these different things, and you would not be able to tell me anything culturally from them when it comes to street urban culture because he never informed you. I can ask you the same thing about every place in this country if they had successful hip hop act. Every last person I could tell. Trill, how do people in Memphis? What's the style of dancing people in Memphis do?
They do the little gangster walking like the juke thing. Yeah.
Right? Now tell me that for Toronto.
Toronto,
I will say, I don't know.
I will say the hood of Toronto. I would say Tory Lanez did a little bit of like trying to talk about it. We're not interested in Toronto, I think.
But I
no, I think
disagree with the
Tory's
album.
rooted in it. Like Drake ain't rooted in it. Like Toronto has a really big West Indian culture, but Drake isn't rooted in West Indian culture, so he never displayed
again,
that.
But before we get lost, there is a street urban culture there that we be in. Trust me, we would love to see it anywhere. If it's in England, we would love to see it.
Right.
Us.
Even the slang, like we didn't know about the slang until the battle. The cheesing, like Kendrick told us the Toronto slang. We never heard Drake say cheesing. I didn't know what cheesing meant until Kendrick said it.
The slang on Instagram. So again, like I could ask Teef questions, right? Teef, what's the shoe from street urban culture in DC? What's a shoe that you guys do?
New Balance.
Boom, right? Okay. Lex, give me the shoe for Toronto street urban culture. Give it to me, Teef. You all 72 albums this nigga got, all 937 videos he got. Tell me the shoe of Toronto street urban culture. You won't be able to give it to me because we won't know that because that ain't what he does.
This
don't
is
get
the decline. This is an example of the decline of black culture and arts. When did we ever give a fuck where Stevie Wonder was from? I never went into a coffee shop and we did not give a fuck where Teddy Pendergrass is from or the Temptations from.
You know Teddy Pendergrass was from.
Hold on. Did we care where Marvin Gaye was from? When he went overseas and he was creating albums,
people that are not in hip hop.
Yeah, that's what you're doing right now. Hold on, Lex, what you're doing right now is you're relaying. That's what makes hip hop so special of a genre of music right there. It makes it also a culture too. You know what I'm saying? Because you represent and you represent what the culture looks like within hip hop from where you're from, though. You know what I'm saying? When everybody stopped trying to look like New York, everybody want to look like New York, it started looking like about where they was from. It represented the culture from where they was from. That's what hip hop did. Yeah, people don't sing with different textures.
Nobody know Luther from the Big Apple, dog. That's they bad. It wasn't as important in black music. Again, Lex,
he had an album called Big Apple, though. He did have an album called Big Apple, though.
I think Drake is important in black music. I just think he, again, for the 1 millionth time, he is completely not hip hop. He's important for black music. Like, I agree, like Michael Jackson, he's important for pop music.
Drake is completely not hip hop.
I think that's why I don't know where Logic's from.
Are we really going to stand by that statement? He's completely not hip hop.
Not at all.
Gaithersburg, Maryland.
I didn't even miss much. He's rap music sometimes.
Yeah, he's rap.
Not hip hop at all. Zero.
You leaving, Lex?
Nah, but the thing to what Glasses is saying, the thing that makes hip hop so unique is you're essentially talking on a record. So if you're talking on a record, I can understand where you're from by your accent. Yeah. If someone from Memphis started singing and someone from Seattle, Washington started singing, a nigga from New York, a nigga from Miami started singing, you wouldn't be able to say, by the way you hit that note, you from Miami. But if you got rappers from all them places, you got someone from DC, because they go pronounce things a certain way. Like the way they say Maryland. They say Maryland. We say Maryland.
Nonsense.
So
Drake is Daniel Day-Lewis. You don't even Daniel Day-Aubrey.
Yeah, you don't even say the state you live in the same way the natives of the state you live in say it. Nice. Like when you hear people from Philly say Cali, they say Cali. They out Cali, and they always say out Cali. Like that's their thing. They don't say on this block, they say out
from Cali.
Yeah, like so that's the thing that's unique about hip hop. What Glasses is saying, like hip hop is rooted in the foundation of where you're from. Because it's certain things that are distinctive to where you're from. It could be the way that you dress, the way that you speak, the way you talk. But in singing and in other genres of music, you can't tell where a guitar player is from by the way he played the guitar. But if somebody rapping fast and they got a Midwest accent, and they sound like that person's probably from Chicago.
But I think it's because of the gumbo that happens before you drop your first album. You're supposed to be taking in the inspiration from those places for us to even get why you're on the mic to begin with.
But they don't. They take.
Yo, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Please let Lex talk, please. Yeah. He just threw a whole full coverage.
He ain't got no rebuttal. He ain't got no rebuttal. Let him talk. He ain't got no rebuttal.
Go ahead, Lex.
The floor is yours, Lex.
With that new blue Yankee on.
So based on your understanding, there was the same mindset. LL and Run DMC, Run, let's say Run and LL, y'all could tell from the records what carat their fucking rings were and their chains are because there's a code that's within the lines, between the lines. We already knew. No, listening to Run and DMC and J and J Master,
they was gonna tell you they was from Queens.
We knew they knew to eat bontons and not Lays.
How about this, Lex? How about Lex? How about
let him finish.
I'll go on mute.
They didn't like Coke 45 because in the records you could tell they like OE. Yeah, that's what hip hop is. Y'all sound ridiculous.
Nobody ever.
And you know what the hell shit is? I was there. I'm there. I'm there, and you're not there. Oh no! You're not there at all.
You're misleading people.
Hold on, you're not. Listen, you're one.
Well, say you from Brooklyn.
He won't.
There's no way.
Say you're from Brooklyn.
Wow.
There's no way I want to mislead my people. But
why are you talking about something that we are not talking about, Lex? We're not talking about what type of beer you like.
No. Y'all sit there and systematically break down Drake, and your points are,
no, we're not.
What kind of sneakers do you wear? What sneakers is worn in Canada? Who gives a fuck?
We do. That's what hip hop is about.
I never give a fuck.
Hey, G Malone,
I never care. I never care what people are wearing in Canada.
Then get some.
Why do you?
Then get some Chucks with some fat laces.
But why not, Lex? Isn't that important?
Do you care what they wear in Ghana? The hip hop fans in Ghana,
yes.
what they wear? What they wear?
Yeah, because it's part of their culture. It's important.
Where's Saba from?
Saba's from Chicago. West side of Chicago.
So where's people from?
Side.
The West Side. What do they wear? What did they bring into the hip hop culture?
Lex.
Hold on, Lex.
I think that was hip hop. I think the first question we ask when we hear a new artist in hip hop is where they from. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the first questions you ask. Where do from?
Know from
you want to know who you bringing with you.
But you're gonna know if they from the West Coast. You're gonna know what region they from by the texture.
But I don't want to know what drawers they're fucking wearing under
Nobody's saying about drawers.
I want to know they're from Cali, but I don't know when I know the T-shirt they're wearing under their Pendleton.
You're lying.
How about this? You better. How about this? You better know how somebody wearing their hat. You better not know. You better know not to wear that Yankee hat around the room.
We really ask all the time. If we don't know if it's unidentifiable, then we ask.
He's from Cali. Yo, what kind of underwear do you wear?
What the hell got to do with his underwear, bro?
He doing
What up, Shy? What up, Shy? Hold on. What up, Shy?
Lex.
Hold on, Lex.
Goddamn, Lex. You going way too far. You're going too far. You've gone too goddamn far, Lex. We are talking about things that are very prominent and surface value to our culture. Repping where you're from. We're not going as far as to the intimacy of what you put on when you're ready to step out of the house up under your garment. We're talking about the surface value thing, just the surface value thing of hip hop. Where you from? We all rep where we from, Lex. Come on.
Lex, what kind of Jordans they wear in Michigan? What kind of underwear they wear in Michigan?
I know what kind of glasses they wear in Detroit. I know what kind of sweaters they wear too.
I know what kind of hats they wear in Harlem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and here's another thing. Here's another thing about where you from. You know, like when it comes to that, we want to know. We got to be able to validate you. Isn't that where it's at? Like, who else know this nigga? Like, you know, who else? What ranks did you come up under? What dojo are you from to learn this kung fu that you got? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the science behind the mathematics in the building.
That's all, Lex. I told y'all. Just I keep saying, when motherfucker, you have to go to your local dojo and get you some mentorship, get you some tutelage. Listen, come on, man.
Who did that to Wu-Tang?
The RZA. The RZA brought
what you mean? Yo, Wu-Tang biggest thing was being from. Hold on, Wu-Tang's biggest thing was being from Shaolin. They was from Staten Island. That was their major thing. That was their major thing.
Jesus was from Nazareth.
That was their whole push. They was from Shaolin, B. That was their whole push.
And half of them is from Brooklyn in real life.
So you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You don't need to. This is what needs to happen during the week. You need to huddle up. You need to huddle up and get your ideas because Al B said that you had to validate what these people vet them and all this stuff. Who did that to Wu-Tang?
We didn't have the
Who
internet,
did that
man.
to him?
They nobody goes to Penn Island, bro.
We didn't have the internet.
They did it to themselves.
So they came over and they just kicked the door and came in. They weren't vetted. I thought hip hop did that. I thought that's what hip hop happens in hip hop.
They do.
Y'all niggas is lying. I'm telling the lies.
Everybody can't do that though, Lex. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't.
And how do you do that?
Down with the program.
I think the only reason why you're saying that is because the bridge is over.
Oh yeah. Moving on. We're moving on.
Whoa!
Whoa!
We need a bomb. We need something right now, Lex.
Keep going. You keep going, and then
You circled the bars like 50 times.
No, it's cool.
Lex, you contradicting what you said earlier, because remember when we talked about the Run DMC song not being as dope, you went all back into their legacy, what Run DMC meant to hip hop, what they meant to Queens. Therefore, you couldn't criticize the music that they made. So clearly, where somebody's from matters to you. That stuff matters to you.
Stephen A. is from Hollis. He's from Hollis.
Did I criticize it?
No, you refused to criticize it because of where they was from. You didn't want to criticize.
So I didn't criticize it, right?
You refused to because where they were from.
So let's see if you remember this. Let's see if you remember these words. It was all right. I mean, they were trying to get back and restart their career or whatever and get back out there. Even though they had Onyx and all these other cats, current cats, they were trying to that was their submission of the new at that period. I didn't say none of that. That's the first time you hear me saying this.
You said that. You refused to critique it.
That's
not a critique. You're saving them from an honest critique. So you're saying, oh, they were trying to come back. Just like I said, you have to provide context when something ain't good. When something's good, you don't have to provide no context. It's just dope. It's just dope. I don't got to provide context for that record.
Queens, I'm not capable, bro. I'm not capable. When I get this, I love these guys. I love them. You hear? I love these guys, all right? But when I get this crazy, I usually want to pull out a gun and shoot someone in the fucking eye. So I'm just saying, I'm trying to hold back.
Because don't say that because if you ever do that, they're gonna pull these files up. Don't Epstein us, bro.
It's when you talk and you're not heard. These guys have a fucking hold on. Let me be clear. Glasses, Shatif, they don't have a fucking they don't have this mission to downplay Queens. I want you to go back to all the fucking episodes. I will give you $100 for each episode you watch. Listen. They always have negative shit to say about Queens all the time. And I'm supposed to sit here and fucking smile and have a real honest debate.
Queens is the backside of Long Island.
It's all good.
Bottom of Long Island.
It's the crack.
This is the
talking about.
Hey, listen.
Where was the glass in Bronx? Where was the shiny glass in Bronx? It was everywhere.
You know, it's one of my highest.
Glass was everywhere in the Bronx. Right?
Everywhere.
The best rapper from the Bronx is from Brooklyn.
Not true at all.
Their biggest gang in the Bronx are pedophiles. They don't rap hip hop.
Yo, listen.
They don't count.
Stop.
Big Pun and Fat Joe can't save them.
Yo, you're
Fat Joe is barely in the group. So watch your mouth, Albie, when you talk about Queens.
Lex, you didn't take the meds, bro. Not today. You skipped the.
Yo, they showed a video this week of Al B. He talks all this shit about Queens. He's right next to DMC, second, holding his shoulder, helping him out. He had on a tee that said some, but it was in the Run DMC logo. Leave Queens alone if you're not going to respect us.
Hold on, Al B.
That's a fact.
Word.
I really appreciate that.
You talking crazy about Queens right now?
I did a song with DMC years ago, and I'll send the actual video to the group chat.
Where's the song you did with Grandmaster Caz?
I actually that's a good friend of mine. Me and Grandmaster Caz.
No, I actually was your friend. Where's the song?
No, we did. We actually did. We have a project that
you did?
with Caz. Yeah. Al B is different.
What about Charlie Chase? What about the song? Did you do a song with Charlie Chase? These are the only stars from the Bronx.
No. You got more stars. You got Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
You got to be cultured. You got to be cultured and understand.
Jim Jones from the Bronx.
Real highly. He's from the Bronx. Jimmy's from the Bronx. Listen,
he never made a song about the Bronx.
He said he's from Harlem.
Made a song about
Harlem.
He made a song about Harlem.
KRS never made a song about Brooklyn.
See the Guns, Corey Guns. I was in a group with Corey Guns. Well, not in a group, in a collective called Fort Apache. But listen, when it comes to where you from, back to where you from, I was able to do something that was like monumental. And it was kind of I saw the appreciation for where you from when with Beats by Dre, when we did the Straight Outta, when we was doing the marketing for Straight Outta Compton, and we I was in that small group that came up with the idea of having everybody do Straight Outta Charlotte, Straight Outta Stockton, Straight Outta, and when people were doing it, people like really had a dope appreciation for where they're from. For you to have this argument that somebody's going to climb to the top of this thing of ours, where it was started, where it was created, where it was a party on an index card, and where like families, like when I think about hip hop and I think about it starting in the Bronx, I think about the Black Spades saying we can't fight no more like this. We got to call a truce, and going from gangs to doing their best to break dancing against each other, competitions. I think hip hop saved people's lives. And if we're not going to say it's from Stockton, California, we're not going to say it's from Maine, we're not going to say it's from Boston. We're going to say where it's from. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not rooted in anything, you're going to fall for everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where Russ is from, or you said Logic is from Baltimore, but yeah. I think
that's from Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Russ is from Atlanta.
Russ is from Atlanta. Well, I don't hear that in their songs. So, but they have a huge following. To me, you get to also do another thing you're not talking about. When you speak about where you're from, you get like a Dr. Dre, you get a chance to find a game. Or Jam SJ, you get to find a 50 Cent, you get to find a Onyx, and go, these are our sons. You get a chance not just to look back on where you're from, but also because of where you're from, you get to reach out to the future and help out where you're from. And anytime you go off kilter, we can go back to where you're from and check, why is this nigga bugging? You know what I'm saying? I think the only artist that we can say sounds like where he's from, but adopted, became an orphan, and it would be Ludacris. Because I think he's from Chicago. And
yeah, but we give it up to Atlanta, though. We give it up to Atlanta.
He does give it up to Atlanta, but if you listen to Chicago, you can understand.
Chicago?
If you listen to Chicago, I mean,
he got that Chicago style in there. Yeah, you do.
Where did he hear Chicago?
Right? Not Chicago.
Ludacris. Where did this is a lie? This is a lie.
I mean, he came out with an album.
He do run on.
He came out with an album called Southern Hospitality, though. He didn't come out.
I know that's what I'm saying. He's the only orphan. I think Ludacris is the only orphan in hip hop.
I'll be saying, I can't hear that Midwest and certain things that he does. That's really dope, and I really appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
And you also got to look at Chicago's relationship with Mississippi. All them niggas from Chicago from Mississippi anyway. Yeah. Like that's why when you hear people from Chicago, they have like a southern drawl when they speak. The majority of the people you see from Chicago, yeah, there you go. Like a lot of people from Mississippi, Louisiana ended up in California, Texas as well. But there's also a lot of people from Mississippi that ended up in Chicago and Milwaukee.
Hold on.
I'm gonna send you the map, Lex.
This dog is from Mississippi.
I never knew that. I never knew that.
I knew what it was.
I never knew that.
We're Brandy and Ray J.
Yeah, is it Clarksdale, Mississippi? Is that it? Clarksdale? Rick Ross from there too. Rick Ross was born there too.
Wait a second. Snoop Dogg was able to have this whole fucking stellar fucking career. You thought he was from California, where long base 4, 1 to the 2 to the 3 to the 4, and he's from Mississippi. This is hilarious, fans. Did y'all know Snoop Dogg was from this? This is the first time I've ever heard some bullshit like that.
Never is that the first time?
I didn't know that. He's from him and Ray J. Like,
come to California?
He's related to the Norwoods. They from
wait a second.
Mississippi.
When did he come to California?
When he was like 4.
That'd be early.
3 or
I
4.
thought he was born. I thought he was born in California. He was born out there too.
Yeah, I think he was born in
I
Mississippi.
know Nate Dogg was
I
born
think he
out
just
there.
spent summers there,
I think his father's side or
His father
some,
from Detroit, ain't he?
No, one side of his family is like his grandmother and them is from Mississippi. Then his other side, his grandmother, his other side grandmother is in Union, South Carolina. So his roots is from
what? We're gonna start vetting these Cali motherfuckers. We're gonna vet all of them.
Everybody got some roots in the South somewhere.
Not me.
You reaching way.
Too Short is from Atlanta too, right?
Oh my God,
New Orleans.
Oh my God, we gotta vet these motherfuckers.
He was in New Orleans for a little bit too.
Al Pacino from the Bronx.
Snoop Dogg is born in Long Beach, but his family is from Mississippi. Dad stayed there first. He was born there. But I think you're missing a point, Lex, and I think it's like I think you're doing a Michael Eric Dyson where it's disingenuous. We're not saying you should learn about draws. Draws have nothing to do with culture unless you're talking about sagging them. But we're talking about some simple things that have made hip hop special this whole time. And I think you're trying to rob it just to keep somebody in for the sake of an argument.
Okay, I'm glad you think that. I never gave a fuck where Premier was from, what part of Texas he was from. When I found out he was from Texas, I didn't give a fuck about where Diamond D was from. I didn't give a fuck about where Pete Rock was from. That's what I'm saying. There is a difference between you and me.
You're telling
I did not care. I did not care what artists were from.
All three of those people are not poets. All three of those people are not poets.
You know at first, you know when I cared? When I said this shit is dope. The frequencies work for me. Let me know more about this cat. That's the priority. Not where the fuck he's from and what sneakers brand he's wearing. That's a goofball fucking mindset. And y'all guys are lying.
You're lying. Nothing made you more proud of Queens because you from Queens. That's why you don't give props to the Bronx. You're not really doing a logical, mathematical take when you're saying that. Everything else, you wouldn't give Hammer the same credit you would give Run DMC or Russell Simmons for selling hip hop. You wouldn't give that same credence. You have that same sense of pride in the fact that these people are from Queens. You're not being honest. I understand your point of trying to debate it, but it's not fair. For the sake of nothingness, you're just disingenuous. This whole thing is, you know the difference. You know what hip hop.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
You have no idea.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you and Albie are talking about. And tonight, Trill. I do not know what you guys. I don't know what y'all talking about. And tonight, Showers helping y'all out. So I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm sorry.
You don't talk about the Bronx all the time as if it was separate from where you from.
Always. How you wouldn't go there.
That's not different.
Wait, hold on. See, that's the point right there. He said I wouldn't go there. Now, have y'all heard me say I went to the Bronx several times because I had family?
You also said you wouldn't go there.
No,
you sound.
I also said I went there. I also said I went there, right?
Said you went to the North Bronx, not the South Bronx.
That's the point when you talking shit.
It's the greatest place
really
in the world.
It's really hard to have a conversation with y'all.
You ain't never been to the zoo. You ain't never been to the zoo. You ain't never been to the Bronx Zoo.
The stories you share with me, whether it's good or bad, from your perspective, I know the whole shit. And your takes on each story. The same goes for Shatif. The same goes for Trill and Trap. You know what I'm saying? Albie, that shit.
What about Albie?
I don't know. Me and Albie haven't shared as much. He talks. Yeah.
Albie went the other day.
You were talking shit about the Bronx before Albie got on the damn podcast.
Fuck the Bronx. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. I'll say fuck the Bronx right now. I don't care about the Bronx. But what I'm saying is this:
y'all give connection to it.
Y'all give credit. Y'all give credit. They're the home of rap. They get credit for the foundation and starting shit. But as far as fucking hip hop, y'all speak of how long is it?
Hip hop.
It's been an hour and 18 minutes. It's been an hour and 18 minutes.
It's the home of hip hop business. You're not the home of hip hop though.
Rap started in 1968 with the last.
Yo, cut that shit out. Y'all bugging around. Y'all bugging around.
You got to clip that. He was wilding.
That's fair to say. Yes, Def Jam. Queens started hip hop the business. It was important.
Not about to do that.
Life changing change.
That's not. What about Sylvia Robinson? What about Sugar Hill Records?
I don't think her intentions was just to have hip hop records on there. I think Def Jam was intentionally trying to have hip hop records, and then they have Orange Juice Jones, so we can't be. I'm just saying we would all credit Def Jam as the foundational center of hip hop as far as the record label, the business. And that's fair to say, Lex, but just like you have that same pride in Queens because of what Run
Where was the first Def Jam office? Where was the first Def Jam office?
On Green, right?
It was in NYU.
Let Glasses explain the shit since he knows it.
I can tell you where the first Ruthless office was at.
It was in NYU. It was an NYU dorm room.
I like it when you start talking slow and you start talking like this. That don't work for me, bro.
Ruthless office was at.
Listen, where's your first Def Jam office at, homie?
I met a lot of people. I met a lot of people from PG County, and they're all confused. They all want to be like, they don't know. It's like in different areas. I think you've met a lot of people in that area, like DC and stuff. That what you're saying. So many people, you probably are been infected by the second part of your life because New York.
Shy, doing him right now, Shy.
You're not talking for New Yorkers.
Yeah, Shy.
There's no New Yorker that would agree with you.
He's talking about his own, bro.
No, I think
I was trying to hear what he was saying clearly.
No, I've met a lot of people from that area, and they can claim other areas because it's so close to home. Like they got family here, they have family that's spread out in that county area, right? And even in Virginia, it's like it's right there. That's the way they handle it. I grew up kind of doing the poetry scene. I used to drive down to Virginia and Richmond all the time, and then stop in DC, stop in different areas. And
where did you stash out the cocaine that you got on? I know you didn't go over there. You didn't go to Richmond just for poetry.
Yeah, that's all I went for.
Where's the pound of weed you had? You had like a couple pounds you had to deliver?
Nah, it was a spot called Versus. It's a spot called Versus. Down in and we used to put.
Yeah, we're gonna have to end this before we get anybody incriminated, right?
Yeah, we used to go to Mr. Bojangles.
I shouldn't ask that question. I'm sorry.
Listen, man. I'll be. We can tell that story next time we around.
Yeah, I just think that's his second half of life.
We're gonna stop that hit on Queens.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. It's Gatekeepers episode 14 right now. Know what I mean? We out. You know what I'm saying? Good looking on tapping
shit in years.
Yeah, we've been beating the shit out of the Bronx.
Yo, y'all hold
the shit out of the Bronx. We set them up in the 80s.